fighting their way through today, and first out is German Leonie Ebert. The 22-year-old is the world number 10. She broke through into the senior ranks in 2018 before the world changed, but this season proves that her development has not been halted by the hiatus in competition. She goes up against multi-medal winning Italian Alicia Volpi, the world number 2. The 30-year-old has 3 European bronze medals. She's guaranteed at least bronze here in Antalya today to make it 4, but you've got to think she's going after gold here today. So those are the athletes for semi-final number 1. Lining up for the second semi-final, France have Isura Tibu here. And Tibu also has 3 European bronze medals. She's had an up and down season by her standards. This is her first podium this year. She's had 2 last 8 quarterfinals. Tibus takes on Italy's 30-year-old world number 8, Ariana Errigo, a 2-time European champion back in 2016 and 2017. Silver medalist from the London 2012 Olympic Games. So those are our athletes for the women's foil competition. And now it's time to welcome out the officials. So first out, Yaroslav Moisi. Our next out is Miguel Machado. The microphone would suggest that he is going to be on the field of play. The first 2 referees coming out will be the video umpires. It's pretty steamy here in Antalya, and the referees have been working hard all day. Willem Madder from the Czech Republic is the final referee to come out. He's taking his time. He needs to keep his cool out here under these hot lights as well. So there's our lineup. You can see the athletes just jittering around on the piste. So we're ready to go. Introductions done, formalities over. Let the hostilities commence. Joining me in the commentary box for this, it's my great pleasure to welcome Richard Cruz. Richard, you've been busy all day today. Thank you so much for giving us your time. A former Olympian, British fencer, you've been busy today.
Yeah, I've been quite busy. Yeah, thanks for the invite, Bash. Nice to be here. And yeah, I've been in the corner of Carolina Stutchbury all day, being the caddy, carrying her weapons, doing the stuff.
The caddy.
All I had to do. And she fenced the blinder, to be honest. You know, for a 16-year-old Brit to make it through to the top 8, I think there's some real talent there.
And she lost out to Ebert, who's going to feature in our first semi-final. So what would you be saying to Alicia Volpi, having seen Ebert take out Carolina?
Well, you know, it was a great match with Carolina and Ebert. Carolina held her to the second period, and then I think after that because he's quite young, the fatigue set in, and Ebert came through. But Ebert, very strong left-hander. She's doing some great parry riposte to the outside line, to flank, shoulder. Very good at close quarters as well. So I think we've got a great match on our hands.
Yeah, up against VOLPI, who today, I mean, I know you haven't been able to watch all the fencing because you've been busy, but VOLPI's been her normal contained, I don't know how you would put it, economic in her style. Well, we're just waiting to get underway. Pretty hot out there. Ebert looking just a little tense. Well, I've been told that you have been unable to hear Richard Cruz, which is a real shame. He was saying he was talking about how he's been coaching Carolina Stutchbury from Great Britain all day, and how the 16-year-old lost out to Ebert, held her close throughout the match, but was then unable to hold on due to a little bit of fatigue. Now, Richard, we've been told there's some technical problems. We think we may have fixed it. Just tell us again about Ebert and what she's good at.
Yeah, well, I saw Ebert fencing a little bit earlier against Carolina, and she was very good close in. Great, very strong left hander, good parry riposte to shoulder to flank.
Well, we are still facing those technical difficulties. We got some engineers here, so we'll just go silent for a little bit. We'll be back just before the fight starts, I'm sure. Right, well, I can promise you that people have stepped in. They will be trying to sort out so that we can hear Richard Cruz. But there's been a technical delay here anyway. You can see VOLPI is sitting down the other end of the piece to Ebert. It looks like it was an issue with the spool, so they've changed the equipment. We need a bit of a change of equipment here, but that's not happened just yet. Well, we've got some engineers right in front of us.
Right, you ready to start the match? And they're just testing.
Well, you may well be able to hear a bit of Turkish in the background. It's the engineer who's trying to fix Richard Cruz's headset, but we are underway here, and the semi-final fight between Leonie Ebert of Germany and Alicia VOLPI of Italy is up and running. This for a place in the last two. First action is a parry riposte.
Attack from VOLPI. Both hit the blade, so it goes to the attacking fencer.
So if you're new to fencing and to foil, the target area is that lame jacket, the silvery jacket, torso. And just off target there. And this time, EBERT gets herself off the mark with a nice attack.
Pass from the left of target.
So you've got to hit your opponent with the tip of your sword. That's a lovely attack there, waiting for the right moment, EBERT. And this is a tight matchup here. EBERT has been on form today. VOLPI's been a little bit more contained, like we're used to from a very economic with her fencing, to save her energy for later in the day. And already we see that she is just that little bit more active on the piste. Well, there's a nice bit of time in there from EBERT. She waited. In fact, VOLPI had the right way with a circular cease beat, but then she closed the distance up and made the taller fence a miss. Very, very difficult to hit the German.
Did you notice how she tried to change to a...
Well, very nice action there. We are trying to fix the issue with Richard Cruz's commentary. He's sitting next to me giving me a nudge. He wants to talk. He wants to tell us what's going on. EBERT in the break between the quarterfinals and the semis was looking. That's another nice attack. Was looking with her coach Giovanni Bortolasso for this circular ceased into prime hit, which is a typical hit a lefty does against a righty. That is a classic feint disengage. Beautiful hit, faking to one side of the body to draw the parry or the block with the blade, and then deceiving it, going underneath it and hitting on the other side of the target. It's a great start from the German. Part of a pair of German women's foilists, along with Anne Sauer, have started this resurgence of German women's foil. Huge amount of support for both of these countries here in Turkey. They've come with big teams, big entourage. So inside the final minute of this first period. Now, was the blade picked up there? It was, and EBERT calls for a video review here. So the athletes get video reviews. We get a look at this hit as well. Yeah, well, EBERT is saying it was one action. She picked up the blade and went through with one action, but that replay perhaps shows that there were two bites of the cherry there, and it was the second one that landed. That's what the referees called in the first instance. Hit for VOLPI. And it's called a parry riposte, and either way, the hit stays with VOLPI. Again, EBERT making it difficult, turning it into a little bit of a scrap, it might seem like, but it's very clever. She's closing the distance as VOLPI comes in. The shorter fencer, well, there were 15 goes at that one, and the remise goes to EBERT. The shorter fencer is normally going to be better in close quarters. They're just able to maneuver a little bit more in tight spaces. And clearly, EBERT's working on that plan. Well, prep from VOLPI there. We get another look at this one. So she'd already started the attack, feinting to one side, drew the counter-attack, and then just finished her attack. Clever bit of footwork here from EBERT. But now VOLPI's looking to build the phases. She's not trying to do this in one go with one attack. She's trying to lure EBERT into a counter, and just starting from slightly further away as well, it seems. That's a nice hit. You may not be able to hear Richard, but he gave me the signal. That was a very, very nice hit. Oh, VOLPI there got caught in two minds. So it looks like a little bit of second intention now from VOLPI. She's stepping in to try and draw this counter, this closing counter, and then working off that. You see there again. Oh, nice. Very, very nice. Watch this. VOLPI looking for a fairly normal hit from a righty against a lefty, but a beautiful cart riposte from Leonie EBERT. Another one nearly there, forcing through. Now, point goes EBERT's way again, and this one is already looking like it's going to be a tough ask. We've got just 9 seconds left. VOLPI goes to surrender her weapon.
One, two, one, two, one, two. I can't even hear myself. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
They're still frantically working on Richard's voice here, so you might hear some Turkish in the background. Another attack from Leonie EBERT. She is on fire this season. Absolutely on fire. 2 16s and a silver medal at the Belgrade World Cup in April, losing out to her teammate Anne Sauer in an all-German final. And I can't remember the last time I saw an all-women final, a all-German final at women's foil. Certainly not for the last 5 or 6 years. That's probably being generous. I think it may even be 10 to 15 years. So we close out the first period. And we go to a minute's break. And Leonie EBERT, Alicia VOLPI, in a match that is at the moment looking one-sided, but VOLPI has got Stefano Cerioni in the box to give her some guidance. We're just going to go quiet for a second to give the engineers a little bit of time. Maybe we can get a little word from Richard Cruz about the fight.
Well, Bash, thanks for inviting me into the commentary booth. We could have checked my microphone before we came. Well, look, this match has gone very quickly. It's only the first period, and it's already 13-8. Now, that's quite a quick match. In comparison to a lot of matches I saw earlier, some brilliant actions, and all of a sudden, EBERT is only 2 away from going into the final. So, yeah, a very action-packed match indeed. I take it you want the headset back, Bash? I can't keep it, can I?
Well, I told him we'd get him on somehow. Second period now underway. EBERT just 2 away from victory here and a place in the gold medal match. But VOLPI, you've heard me say this many times before, never write off an Italian fencer. Never write off an Italian fencer. Parry riposte. Referee had actually called halt. So just 1 away.
1-2, 1-2.
And the remise of the attack is given. VOLPI looks to have her weapon checked. And a hit stand. And a really interesting reaction between EBERT and her coach, Giovanni Bortolasso. A little smile of knowing and saying, well, you told me what to do, and that is exactly what I did. And it worked. And she's into the gold medal match. Leonie EBERT will be going for the women's foil European title a little bit later on here in the venue. Well, we take a look back over that match. Confirmation, though, that Leonie EBERT has gone through against Alicia VOLPI 15-9.